Guys, so welcome back. Um, what we're talking about today is the structure of the atom. Firstly, a little bit about the atom. It is the simplest particle of matter. That is to say, you cannot take a substance and break it down into anything simpler than the atom. Now, I know people are going to start saying, oh, well, that they're smashing up protons at CERN. For us chemists, we're just interested in the atom. We like to know about the presence of protons and neutrons because that does factor in on a lot of chemistry. But for us, we just need to know that the atom is the simplest form of matter. That is to say, we can take a big block of block of gold, keep breaking it down and breaking it down and breaking it down, and eventually we will get down to a gold atom that we cannot break down any further. And if we did break it down, it would not be gold anymore. So that's essentially what the atom is. And while I'm here briefly, if we combine one atom, say hydrogen, with another atom, oxygen, uh, you will end up with a compound. Probably if you put two atoms of hydrogen in there next to your oxygen, you end up with water. Again, a compound. But we're not going there at the moment. What we're going to be talking about here is the structure of the atom and getting that building, that foundation in first for you. So essentially, as I've said here, atoms are made up of a nucleus which contains a proton and usually a neutron. When I say usually, that's because hydrogen, the simplest of the atoms which we'll look at very shortly, is the only atom element that does not contain a neutron. Just that one hydrogen is just literally a proton being orbited by a single electron. Let's have a look at how that looks. So if I bring in my trusty pen, and I'm on the black, which is good, so I'm going to draw our proton in here. And orbiting around that, use another color. We have got a simple electron. Let's just do its orbit around here. So it's going to be kind of going around our proton nucleus. So, and there it will be. That is the simplest atom in existence. Obviously, it does get more complicated than that, but for the moment, all we need to know is that is the simplest model of the atom. You've got the proton in the center there and the electron. A brief, interesting piece of trivia while we're here about that is for the large part, the atom is empty space. You've only got the proton and the electron in there. Okay, you might have neutrons, we'll look at that later on, but for the large part, it's empty space. And to give you some idea of that, if you take Wembley Stadium, for example, and you stick a P in the middle of Wembley Stadium, then the electron is orbiting the equivalent to around the outer edge of that stadium. So that is the amount of vast space there is to an element. And I'm going to credit my old chemistry teacher, Mr. McKenna, who taught me that when I was doing my GCSE some 20 to 30 years ago. He gave us that kind of analogy of what the size of an atom was, and I feel only right I credit him at this stage for that model. So what we're going to be looking at in the next lesson is we're going to be looking at some atomic symbols. We'll be looking at the atomic number, the mass number, and seeing how that all fits in. And we'll also be introducing another particle in there. You must be screaming out at me, the neutron. But all good things in all good time. That will be in the next lesson. So see you then.